Hello ladies, I'm here with a short video about the real cost of studying the coaching business. Not just coaching, it could be for service providers, it could be for spiritual entrepreneurs, for anyone who wants to go digital and you wonder how much it's going to cost me and are there any options, are there different options. So I would like to talk about two different options. One is to go as cheap as possible. I can literally start with under $50 and I'll go through all the equipment, all the training, all the software I think you really need to start. Obviously for each of you will be different. And also the option B, that was my option when you want to go for the best of the best what's in the market. If you know you're going to be in the business for long term, if you know that you want to invest in the best possible equipment, software, training, because you play in a long game, you want to fast track yourself to success. Again, this is not compulsory. This is something is a plus. You will enjoy the process more. It will be easier for you. So the two options, starting with like as low budget as possible, and the option B to go for the best in the industry. So I divided the cost of starting coaching business or any service provider online business in three columns. First is training, because I believe without training, well, you first need to be an expert in some sort of field. You might not training for that. So if you're already an NLP practitioner or hypnotherapist, or you live some experience you can share with, maybe you were a career mom and now you can help other career moms to deal with their issues or work on their mindset, or you maybe you've taken some life coaching course, maybe you're certified, but you don't have to be when you're just starting out. So training I would put is number one, because if you are not trained or you don't have some sort of expertise, how you can help other people? Unless you have some sort of experience. But again, you need to be able to package it. So I would say learning is always a priority over anything else. Then the second column is the software, because again, to be able to host your meetings, to book calls, to take payments, to email your potential clients, you need some sort of software. And you can start with basically nearly nothing when you just book one-to-one calls and you're just using like a social media platform like Instagram, and you just can take payments. You can take payments on the phone or just an invoice. So you can actually start with really basics. But there is some software which will make your life much easier, and I will go through that again, the cheap option and the full-on option. And the last one, not the least one, is equipment. Even me recording this video, at least you need a phone and you need a tripod. And again, I'm gonna go now into detail on what it's gonna cost you. So training, number one, software and equipment, and two options. Option one, option B, to pay as little as possible as a starter, and option B or second option is to go full on and getting the best in the industry. So for the option A, if you're just starting out and you want to see if this industry is for you, if this business is for you, you might not be super clear on your niche, or you still might pivot. So you just want to try things out. Training wise, you need at least some sort of idea what you're doing, right? So either it's a life coaching course you can take, and again, the varying price. I would recommend at this stage, if you're starting your business and you don't know what to do, you feel stuck, overwhelmed, at least to get some sort of membership, I would recommend somebody I've worked before, and the membership costs only like $47. And the only thing is Catherine Watkin. I personally think she's very good. Her emphasis is on sales. And she has a career in that. She's been coaching in sales for like 13-15 years, and the membership gives you access to all the data she's been adding over many years. So you can start building foundations of business on a really small budget. Yeah, because not everyone can afford to take a business mentor right at the beginning, but obviously this is the best solution if you can afford it. But we're talking about the option with as minimum cost as possible. So I would recommend training wise, unless you're already an expert in some sort of field and you know what you're going to teach, you need some sort of life coaching certification, or at least some sort of training before you do either NLP practitioner or whatever your field is, and you need access to how to build the foundations of the business, which I would recommend Catherine Watkin, as I think it's very affordable. There are probably others, but I'm not aware of and I haven't used. So that's something you can start with, like literally $47 or pounds a month, and you can learn all of it, set up your business, and start like this on a shoestring. Then again, software. Which software do you absolutely need, or it will make your life much easier? You can build your website in weeks, which is free, or you can like really spend minimum on it. Email marketing, I recommend for the beginners MailLighter, because you can have up to 1,000 to 2,000 subscribers you can have for free, and apparently it has all the automations, all the necessary qualities of the expensive software, and then obviously you can upgrade. But to start with, it's a good option if you feel like you're not sure. Zoom you can use for free, because this is where you're gonna serve your clients. You can hold calls, and you can use it for free if you speak one-to-one. If you want to host like seminars or webinars, you can use Zoom up to 100 people, but you will be limited to 40 minutes. So you have to be aware of that. So if you want to use it for free, it's still possible. Calendly, one of my favorite tools I cannot live without. And there are two options in the market. There is Calendly and Acuity. Both are very, very good. I'm using Calendly, and again, you can use it as a free tool. So basically what it creates is it creates like links which you can share with your potential customer. You can put it like as a link on Instagram, and they will be able to book a call with you, and you can add questions. So you make like an application form, you can customize your emails. That will be probably a paid version of it, but you can start absolutely for free, and I used it for free for quite a few months before I moved to the paid version. So Calendly or Acuity, scheduling your calls, because three main things you need when you start a business is the clients to find you, which is probably going to be one of your social media platforms like Instagram or Facebook group. How clients can book the call with you, so you need Calendly for that, and obviously how they can pay you, and we're going to get into that in a second. So next, so if you build, let's say, your website in weeks, because you like, or maybe you have knowledge how to do it, and other like Squarespace or WordPress, I use the sort of expensive version, which I'm gonna go into later. Everything you do on a cheap way, in the future you probably will have to transfer to the better expensive, not expensive, like paid version. So you be aware of it. So you probably will have to do the job twice, or you will have to migrate all your contacts. So that's only, I would recommend the option A for people who not 100% sure they want to stay in the game, or they're like really, really short on money. So you will need a SAM card or Thrive card. There are a few options in the market. I haven't used any of those because I went for the full-on option, and I'll explain later. But you will use this sort of card to be able to take payments. So when people buy your services, packages, this is the way they can pay. SAM card or Thrive card. And if you use all the separate tools, you will need a software called Zapier, which will connect all of it together. So you will need lots of different things, some of them free, to make it like as a whole, while you can use software which is more expensive, but it will save you so much time, and it's all in one. Then you will need Canva. Again, it's a free software. There is a paid version for some extra stuff, but you can totally use it for free, and you can design all your banners, you can design all posts for Instagram, for Facebook. This is number one tool I cannot possibly live without. So Canva is very, very important. Obviously, you will need to set up your payment with PayPal and Stripe. Those two I recommend, and you can connect it on your website, again using SAM card and Thrive to take payments. And one I wanted to mention as well, which I think is really, really cool, is a tool for Instagram. It's free. It's called Milkshake. There are others in the market like Linktree and something similar. I'm sure you've seen it. Every coach you go, or every service provider, when you go on Instagram, they will have like a link in the bio. And that's like a mini website, and it's very convenient because you can put all your links under. So even just having Instagram, if you don't have a proper website yet, and you know you don't need a website when you just started out, totally you don't need it. You can just have a really good Instagram page with a really like, oh, thank you, Gabriela. You can really to the point Instagram bio where you have your captivating message and a link which will link all the resources you have, which could be book a strategy call with me or discovery call, use it Calendly. You can put like a book one, your sales page, which you can create. Again, something I forgot to mention last time, lead pages is one of the software you can use where you can create all your sales pages. So if you have website Wix, you will still need lead pages or something similar. So you can create all your sales pages basically. Okay, so that's for the option A if you're really on a shoestring. And the last part of this is equipment. So what is the necessary equipment you need when you're starting as a coach right at the beginning? And you cannot leave without. If you don't have a podcast, which I would not recommend doing it at the very beginning, though I started with a podcast first, even before I was a coach, my podcast came first. It was for different reasons. I would recommend you need at least a good phone with a good camera, because you can do all your lives on the phone. And I recently had a live training for 4 days, and all I used it was my phone, and I just wanted to test how things will be. Probably in the future I will use Zoom for those, and I will stream into my Facebook group, just in case somebody calls you in the middle of your training. You probably don't want that, but you can totally use just your phone. And so the equipment for the very beginners, I would say you need some sort of lights. And again, I'll show you. This is something I have. It could be like a ring light. It costs anything between $35 to $50. I bought first one I bought, it was a smaller one, but it broke down. So just read the reviews, try to get something which has positive reviews. And the bigger one is just great, because I only have light from one side of the window, and without it, it would look really strange, like half your face in the dark, and it will increase the quality of your videos, because live videos, very important when you're starting out or when you're in the business for longer than that. This is how you connect with your customers, how you can provide value. So ring light, tripod. At this stage, probably I would not buy any camera. That's something that's going to be in option B. Microphone, only if you do the podcast, you need some sort of microphone. My very first microphone I bought was on Amazon for $20. And as soon as I could replace it, I bought a better version of it, and the quality is just so different. But if you're just starting out, and I probably will still use it for traveling because it's much lighter, you need some sort of microphone, because the sound, the light is very, very important. But not as important as your training and what is it you do. Because recently I've been on a training with another coach, just to see, we always look at each other, how we do in the industry. And she had a really good training. She's been in the business for about a year, but her light was really off, her sound was terrible, and internet was jumpy. Guess what? It didn't stop her to sign 6 or 7 clients after her training. So what it says to me, what I can tell you, that out of the 3 training software equipment, training is number 1. So if you have some budget, invest in a good mentor, course, or something which really help you to improve your skills as a coach. Then software to make your life easy and under one roof, ideal, and equipment. Now we're gonna move to option B, or second option, when you have some sort of budget and you really want to get the best in the industry of everything. And that's what I did right from the beginning. So training wise, I spent probably around $25,000 to $30,000 just this year on training. And it's absolutely worth it, because I know I fast-tracked myself to really consistent 5 figures months, which is, you can spend a year or 2 doing this, or you can do it like in a shorter time, and you can start serving and delivering value to your clients much sooner. Obviously, you can make some more money sooner. Oh, my tripod is sliding down. So training is very important. And that's why I created my Aligned Business Academy, where I provide everything I learned in the last 15 years as a coach, and especially last 7-8 months being in this industry. I package it in my training after learning and spending all this, investing all this money to create something which is like all-rounder, and will really help you to create and build your business and set all the foundations from A to Z, and really make money within 3 months. And I cover everything you need, all the right things you need to do, because you don't need everything, you just need the right things, right? And this is the focus in my academy. Anyway, so training, invest in the best business mentor, the one you feel energetically aligned, the one you like the way they talk. So what I would do, follow 3 to 5 leaders in the niche you want to be as an expert, and just learn from them. First, you learn all, download their freebies, attend their masterclasses, take as much free stuff as you can. Then you will know, is it for you or not. Once you find somebody who like you feel really aligned and you feel like, oh my god, that's what, something like this I would like to sort of replicate in my own way, but I want to learn from this person, then don't hesitate and get on their training, get on their program. You probably will need more than that. Like I said, I invested in, I went again back to NLP practitioner course, just to recap something I learned 15 years ago, and like I haven't practiced as much. So I went back to that. I have my, obviously, business mentor, one of them is £5,000, and it's not even like the limit in the industry. You can pay as much as like 20, 30,000 sometimes, but at a later stage, I definitely will invest that sort of money. Then I got a few courses as well, like specifically for the launch, for example, for the Facebook ads. I invested in courses on Pinterest, on Instagram, courses on creating even a quiz, and lots of different templates. So yeah, like I said, the number is like nearly around $25,000, I believe, this year only, and it's going to increase. So that's the training, and I think this is essential. The software, again, I would definitely recommend using one of these big all-in-one platforms software, Kajabi or Kartra. I'm using Kajabi, and at the moment, I'm not sure if today is still the deal, but yesterday they were offering 3 months for $99, which is ridiculously low. Because I was already an existing customer. I was like, oh my God, I really want this deal. And I was upgrading to the next plan because basic was not good enough for me, because I have more programs than I was allowed to host in the basic plan. So I managed to get 3 months with them because of this deal. But you see, ask. If you don't ask, you don't get. So Kajabi or Kartra, they're both amazing, and you can build your website in it. You can host your email marketing. You can use it, obviously, for your course platform. That's the main reason you need it. You can take payments there. Basically, all you need is one platform instead of paying 6-7 different software providers, and it will be a bit more expensive if you go annual or you take one of the special deals. Also, if you're like interested in one of those, I don't have affiliate program with any of these, but I know where you can get longer trials. So if you consider taking Kajabi or Kartra, you can just DM me and ask me, and I might help you out a little bit with that. Before you commit to a longer term, it's always good to check the software. The only problem, once you're in it and you set up everything, it's very hard to move to another because it's a lot of work. But a lot of software providers, they help you to do that, to migrate your stuff. So that's why email marketing I'm using in Kajabi as well, but there are other really good ones like Active Campaign and ConvertKit. Or Flowdesk, the one I used a little bit, it's beautiful, really beautiful templates, and they had a special deal like $19 a month, and you can have as many people as you want. So it's for those who like have huge database and very beautiful templates, but they were kind of limited in the functionality. So for that, Kajabi or Kartra, really good. Then I also use, despite I already have my website can be hosted in Kajabi as a part of the package, I still use Showit. I just find these are the most beautiful templates in this space for coaches, for service providers, spiritual entrepreneurs. It's so beautiful. And once you buy a template, you can create your website yourself. I've done all my websites myself. Despite my company now provides the service, I actually help you set up your social media and build your website in whichever platform you decide. But I recommend Showit for that. So if you have a bit of extra money, you can spend like a couple of £100 or dollars on the template. It will look very professional. It just looks so much better. And then it's going to be a recurring cost, about $30 per month for that. Then I use a Calendly paid version because it gives me ability to have more links, because now I have a link not just for strategy call, discovery call, I have digital package call, and also I have calls for my podcast interviews. So I definitely need a paid version for that. Plus I can customize the emails I send to my customers, and I can put as much information as I want, and it gives you more options. But I would definitely start with the free version first and see if you like it. Check Acuity as well. They're both very good. Another paid software I use a lot now called Clidio, and this is for compressing files. So if you record lots of videos, like you do this one, and then you want to repurpose it, that's the whole point. We want to spend less time but do more quality stuff. So when I record this video, I will post it later on my Instagram, I'll post it on my YouTube, and sometimes you can just record it and save it later, and it be part of the course as well, right? So you want to repurpose as much as you can. And Clidio is a software which will allow you to trim your video. It will allow you to compress it up to 95% without losing quality. And it's only like $8 to $9 a month, which I couldn't find any better software for this price. You can do a lot of things as well. So that's a big find for me, and I'm happy to share with you. Zoom, I'm using the paid Zoom version. And again, some months I use it, like when I host a masterclass and I have more than like say 20, 30 people. So you only can use it for free if you have, it's 2 of you, and then you only have 40 minutes limit on a free version. So Zoom is something you want to consider, like as a paid version. And obviously you have different functions in Zoom, like you can stream live to your Facebook when you do masterclasses or webinars or your live events, and it's more people as well, because Zoom will only allow you up to 100 people even on the paid version. So there are more upgrades you can have to host bigger webinars. Canva Pro, absolutely the best tool. Everything I do, all the banners you see across all my multiple social media platforms, all designed in Canva. Also my advertising, when I do ads, I design the ads in Canva. For the podcasters, the 2 pieces of software I recommend. Obviously, you can choose between many different host providers. One of them is Buzzsprout, the one I chose after long consideration. They about $12 a month, and it allows me to host all my episodes there. And I use Alito, which is a tool. It's a bit pricey. It's like about £22, so it's like around $30 a month. But it allows me to record my podcast episodes and edit them, and it gets rid of all the noise, background noise, and basically trims them, and you can edit it all in Alito. There is free software like Audacity, which everyone recommends. I haven't tried it. I'm sure it must be good. Or Anchor is the one to host for free. So there are options for the free option as well, but I'm using Alito, quite happy with that. Buzzsprout. So that was the option B for software. I think I mentioned more or less everything I'm using at the moment. And then the last one is equipment. And again, you don't need the fanciest camera. I probably would consider buying DSLR just for very good quality photos and videos, but I haven't really needed it as yet. So what I'm using now is a couple of tripods, different lengths. One is like my height, and another one is the one I'm using right now, which is kind of can be extended. You need a good phone, and I would recommend, iPhone is pretty good. I haven't really used any other phone to record videos or take pictures. Then you need ring lights, maybe even a few, and that's kind of on the basic side, but just go for the ones which have good reviews. And microphone, I bought a very nice microphone, which not just for it's a Yeti blue microphone. They're quite famous, and to be honest, the quality is outstanding. The quality of the podcast I'm producing now cannot compare to the ones when I started with. So Yeti is really good. It's about £110, British pounds, maybe $150. Totally worth it as an investment. So option, gonna recap very quickly. So it's 2 options. Option A, for the ones who just starting out and want to try things out and don't want to spend too much money, you can start literally under $50, and you can take a lot of things on trial as well, like try them out before you commit. You can first month or month and a half, you should really spend under $50, and you will be able to know if it's the right thing for you, if it's the right business for you. Training for me comes first, because this is where you really upgrade your skills, you up-level yourself as a coach, as an expert, and that obviously will attract your ideal clients to you, because everyone wants to work with the best in the industry, right? And option B is the one where you go full on, and I recommend taking the software, which is all in one, encompassing all the features like Kajabi or Kartra. I recommend to go for the best mentor you can afford, to somebody who already done what you want to do, or at least a few steps ahead of you, because sometimes the difference, the price wise, can be between the coach. You think, oh, this is what I want to do in like a couple of years time, but the services with them would cost 20,000-30,000 pounds, and it might not be an option straight away. So go for somebody who already done it all, who you can really connect, you feel energetically aligned, and you get the best value. Like I mentioned, after all the training, after all the investment I made in my business, and I created the Align Business Academy, which is still very affordable, but the price is gonna go like up and up and up. So now you're getting the best value, and you think, if we are aligned and you're happy to learn from me, you like the way I teach, the way I present, that would be the best option to go right now, because you will save a lot of money, a lot of time, you fast track yourself to success. Equipment wise, I just went through this microphone, tripod. I use a Logitech camera for my screen, for the desktop, which is much better quality as the computer ones. I'm using it sometimes, but I do prefer to use phones for the simplicity of it. Plus you can use filters on Instagram, obviously, and on Facebook Lives, which is quite nice. That was it for today. Hopefully it gives you a good idea what you really need to start as a coach. And if you like on the fence, if you're not sure, you can always DM me and I'll help you out. And the beginning is the hardest part, because especially first 3 to 6 months, and you're only using Google and freebies, it can be a bit hard. And I know you need a lot of support, and that's why I created this Facebook group as well, where you're listening, or wherever you watch it on Instagram. So yeah, don't be disheartened when it gets hard. It will be bumpy on the road, and that's why good training and good coach is a big help, and that can make a difference between you making it or not. But whatever happens, even with a coach, we go through ups and downs, and it's a learning curve. The consistency is the key here. Keep doing what you're doing, believe in yourself, believe in your product, get yourself, improve your skills, practice so you get better, and the results will come. That was it for today. Leave me in comments what you think about it, if I missed anything, or if you need more help.